Hey everyone, and welcome back to my Completionist playthrough of the Baldur's Gate Saga with the SCS mod. You know, there comes a time in every man's life where he needs to play some Baldur's Gate. And that time is now.
It is done.
So, let's first level up Jaheira. She leveled up in Druid only, but she is going to level up in Fighter very soon. So this gives her access to some more level 1 and level 2 spells. We need to wait one more level when it comes to her druidic prowess in order to have access to her level 3 spells, and so we can access some cold lightning goodness.
Certainly.
Right, I'm back at the Nashkel Carnival because here we have a couple of things to do. First of all, we're going to go to that vendor, that merchant. I don't remember which one it was out of the 4 here, who has the turnips and stuff. It's probably not this one because this is the trinket one. Do we want any scrolls from him? The fire and cold and electricity might come in handy a little bit later.
Yes.
I think I'm going to have to be maybe back here because our financial situation is not that great. I don't really want to spend that much money. It's not this one either.
Indeed.
Anyway, we're going to buy some of these like turnips and stuff for just an NPC project quest that I want to show off.
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
Alright, so of course it's the last one we're going to visit. Anyway, then after buying these ingredients for that quest, we're going to do a scribing session with Imoen so she can learn some spells.
I've got the best prices this side of Cormier.
Yeah, a bag of turnips and a bag of grain. This is what we need.
Yes?
Don't they just look great in here? It's... Alright.
Certainly.
Just give it to whomever, dude. Alright, we're still not ready to recruit Branwen because I want to have Zan when that quest, like when we encounter that whole situation, because Zan has some pretty funny things to say. Right, anyway.
You're a queer fellow.
We are going to give Imoen some potions of genius, I think, because I don't want to wait 24 hours here, which is something that we would have to do with this potion. We would have to kind of wait out the 24 hours here. I don't want to rest that much or that long, and we still have that potion available for later. So Imoen is going to drink 2 potions of genius because they stack. They give 4 intelligence each to her. And just like that, she's at 25 intelligence. And she gets a big boost to lore just from that, so she might be able to identify a lot of items without even the need of to cast spells. So of course this is a short sword +1 now. Those are the cursed gauntlets that she can't identify. Let's just transfer some arrows for now. So she has a little bit of a space here to identify some stuff. This is a chainmail +1 that we're going to sell. Traveler's robe, Knave's robe. These differ a little bit when it comes to their armor class. Like this Knave's robe gives +1 versus slashing attacks and save versus death. And this one gives you versus missile attacks, an armor class bonus, and save versus breath. So I think I like the Knave's robe the best. There's a third type of robe too. There's the cursed sword of berserking. Wow, the pantaloons need a lot of lore to identify, huh? Well, she's not going to be able to identify the tome. Yeah, small shield +1. We're going to hold on to that. These cursed scrolls are apparently beyond her comprehension for now. Oh wow, we have a lot of stuff to identify, huh? Yeah, Ring of the Princes, Talus's gift. Those are the boots with electrical resistance. Wow, it can't really identify all that much, huh? Alright, this is some basic stuff that she should be able to identify. A longsword +1, another longsword +1. That's a short sword +2, which she's going to be using later, I guess. This is the stupefier, that mace. See, 25% chance of stunning for from 1 to 4 rounds with no save allowed. Yeah, Wakizashi +1. The armor class +4 versus crushing. It's for Jaheira. Here are the bracers that give you +2 Thaco with your ranged weapons. Yeah, the halberd +1. Another knave's robe. And you have what? Traveler's robe. You know what? Get that one. Alright, now we're going to give this to Imoen. Empty some space in her bags so she can learn some spells and do a major scribing session. And since she has 25 intelligence, she's going to be able to learn all of that without any problem. As you can see, the scribing process is successful here. It's also another nice feature of the enhanced edition that they have this green glow around spells that you can learn. Have a lot of armor scrolls. Now in Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition they also made it so that you get a little bit of experience. Another NPC Project banter. Anyway, I was saying... What was I saying? I'm not going to scribe that cloud kill just yet, I think. We might just cast it from a scroll at some point. Because it's going to be a long while before she can cast level 5 spells. Oh yeah, I was saying that the scribing scrolls gives you experience, but it's not, you know, they put that thing in Baldur's Gate 1 Enhanced Edition, but it's just, you know, very, very small amounts of experience. In Baldur's Gate 2, the proportions are very different when it comes to scribing scrolls, and you actually, that's a strategy that you can use to very, very quickly level up. Especially like after you dual class into a mage, you can remove everyone from your party, for example, and just scribe a lot of scrolls that you first like stolen from all the merchants in Athgatla that are available to you right at the start of the game. So yeah, I'm just showing some of these items that we got. The 40% fire resistance ring from the stash. This super old belt that we got in like episode 1 or 2 from that ogre. +3 versus missile and piercing attacks. Alright, now is the time to give her one identification. Well, this is going to be a waste. I think this identification session is going to have to wait until she... Or you know what, let's just have Chromatic Orb. Until she gains some levels and has... Oh yeah, why aren't you... Yeah, because Zan has it. I was about to just give her the Ring of Wizardry, but it's probably better for Zan to keep it for now. Anyway, that identification session is going to have to wait until she has a little bit more of spell slots for level 1 spells, so we don't have to rest for like 20 days to identify our stuff. Still have that tome. Alright, anyway, let's rest once. Another elfy dialogue. Of course, feel free to pause and read.
Yes, oh omnipresent
Just quickly
authority.
heal some
I am
people,
here.
I guess. Alright, now I want to visit Nashville itself, so we can inform the mayor here about our success at the Nashville mines. But that's not all we want to do here. There's a couple of different things to still finish up in here. First, I just want to show you that the bounty that Oblak offers for the 2 emeralds that Prism stole
Yes, it is done.
is actually worse than just selling the emeralds.
Dealing with criminals jades a man's soul.
Yeah, 300 gold bounty for the emeralds. Are you kidding me? Like, each emerald is worth 750 gold when you sell it to a merchant. So you can get 1500 gold, and he offers you 300 and 200 experience. No thanks, bro.
I am indeed.
So we're going to have that bounty unclaimed.
You're certainly.
Anyway, let's talk to Baron.
Stand away, citizen.
So he's of course pleased that the mines have been cleansed of the kobolds, gives us 900 gold. So this is BG1 NPC Project, of course. It makes sense that Zan would say something. And also Jaheira is going to, and Imoen I think are going to chime in. Yeah, despite my nagging doubts, Senashira did well. Much better than I expected. You know, Jaheira, shut it. Young Senashira here is a true hero of Nashville. Yeah. Okay, Imoen didn't say anything, Kivan did. So it's kind of nice that, you know, you have these characters in your party actually say something, you know, like, you can feel that triumph a little bit more, I guess. Alright, now we sense a battle ahead, I guess. Let's use the bark skin, I guess, although it's not going to be that great, but... Let's bless up.
You're a queer fellow.
We're all doomed.
Whatever. Alright, we're
What's
going to
your
leave
eyes
Imoen in the
had enough
back.
of
I
this?
am here. Indeed.
Or
Yep,
maybe
this
not
way.
so far back, but... just at the beginning, because there's going to
Your
be...
concern, indeed.
Well, this encounter is not
Fair enough, I
going to be
done had
nasty
enough of
anymore.
this.
It's
Yes, it is done.
it can be very nasty
You're
or
this
very
way.
dangerous when you do Nashville early and
it is
arrive
done.
here
Your concern, certainly.
way earlier at a much lower level.
Whatever.
I am death come for thee. Surrender, and thy passage shall be quicker.
So here's Nimbul, an assassin. It's weird that these these lines are not voiced, because he has these voice lines recorded actually when you right click on him. I'm going to show that in a second.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Why Nimbul has been hired to deal with the likes of you, I'll never know.
So he just says exactly that.
Taking reward for this easier kill is almost a crime. Struggle if you must, dead one. I do not mind working for my money.
So this one.
Hush, little baby, don't say a word. Nimbul's gonna show you the big black bird.
Of course, you might recognize the voice actor that voices Herr Delise in Baldur's Gate 2 or Laryl in Icewind Dale. Alright, anyway,
Yes?
actually, I wanted to also showcase, he has a really funny line when you charm him. So let's see if that works. Let's see his pre-buffs. By the way, he's a thief mage. I think he's both level 6, or level 6 in both classes, I think. Somewhere around there. As you can see, Rasad here actually is going to help us.
What?
Oh yeah. You need to replenish your throwing daggers a little bit.
What do you want?
So like I said,
Quest is vain.
at this point he's not too dangerous, but
What you want?
I don't want
had
Imoen
enough
to
of
be
this.
present too near him because he's going to go for the most vulnerable target, most likely, and he also probably has some invisibility potions to do some backstabs. And you know, Zan has mirror images, so he's pretty safe, but Imoen doesn't have anything right now. So I want to keep her at a distance for a while. And of course he also starts with improved invisibility and ghost armor, so not all of his buffs were active there. And Rasad initiates the dialogue as if the fight was over, but he just went invisible. So sorry, I don't have time for proverbs right now. He also seems to have stone skin, yeah. Alright, let's attack him.
Certainly.
Oops.
We're all
Yep,
doomed.
I'm
Anyone
gone.
can stay here.
Life is so hollow.
I am here.
Let's. Oh, the charm was wasted. Maybe I'll reload after this and show you. It's really funny. Or maybe some other time. I'm probably going to make a video where. Alright, minor sequencer with double acid arrow on Jaheira. It's not a big deal.
I care not.
Okay, I guess Imoen can
Our quest
go in.
is vain.
Oh, he has improved invisibility, of course. We're not going to be able to hurt him without dispelling that.
Do you want him gone?
So Imoen is not going to contribute much. Let's just keep her at a distance.
Yes.
So sleep is being cast on Kirinai.
Your certainly.
Alright, only she was
I'm gone.
affected. Okay, he renews his mirror images.
I am here.
He's hasted. He has stone skin and mirror images, so you know he can deal some damage. And Senashira is now asleep as well. So our two main damage dealers, Kirinai and Senashira, are both asleep, so this is not great.
Yes?
He also has boots
What do you want?
that give him a +5 armor class bonus against ranged weapons. That's why Kivin has problems, I guess, when it comes to hitting him. Magic missile
Is so hollow.
on Zan, and goodbye Zan, I guess. Because his mirror images ran out. And he of course took the opportunity to target Zan with that. And I didn't manage to renew the mirror images in time. So I'm going to have to eat my words, I guess, when I said that he's not too dangerous, or he shouldn't be too dangerous.
You saved the day.
So as you can see, yeah, we're going to keep him at a distance. Well, this is just a lot of people just flailing their arms, it seems. Because Jaheira has a good armor class, he's not going to be able to hit her too much. Oh, his haste ran out, that's nice. That's going to improve things. that was pretty funny. So as you can see, SCS AI, you know, they will take those opportunities. If you let your guard down and you make a mistake, then they are going to capitalize on that, and they're going to...
Don't bother me.
Let's not waste all these arrows +1. So yeah, they're going to take advantage of your mistakes. Come on now, guys. We have still some things to accomplish in this episode. Come on. You can do it.
Yes,
Jahira, what's your health status? Try to heal with this, maybe. I don't want to waste another potion on you. Oh no! He stole my experience! What the hell, Rasad? You... Oh my god, like he did nothing the whole fight, and then he just... steals my kill, and steals my experience. You little bastard. Wow, dude. Just wow. Oh man, like everything went wrong when in this fight, I think. But it's over now. Now we're going to just wait for our Kensai ladies to wake up. We're going to raise Zan because, like I said, I want him for a certain conversation in a NPC Project quest that's very close to Nashkel. It's right in that area north of here. Wow. We can have a conversation with Rasad, I guess, since he introduced himself already. I think we're going to recruit Rasad much later, because his conclusion to his questline, I guess, also happens after we unlock Baldur's Gate. Baldur's Gate City, that is. And you can get some, like, a really, really powerful item from his quest chain, from his quest line at the end of it. So I think we might do that. By the way, he's voiced by the voice actor that voiced male Shepard in Mass Effect. So here he has like a couple of people who doubt his monk skills, I guess. How is this called? Like hecklers, I guess. And I always like when I talk with him, I always have this, you know, quote in mind where he should just, well, let's look at this conversation here.
You seem like someone who would appreciate the tenets of my order. May I tell you more about
I think it's not going to trigger. We would have to maybe talk with one of these guys. No, I think it's before he introduces himself. I think there's a conversation where they like doubt his skills, and he doesn't want to showcase, you know, his martial arts skills, and they like keep heckling him, I guess. And I always then remember the quote from Mass Effect, like, you should just say, "I'm tired of your snide insinuations," and just knock them out, like, boom. And he actually knocks one of them out. Anyway, let's check out Nimbul's body. Here's another, this is not a bounty notice anymore. This is a personal letter from Tazok to Nimbul, who apparently already have been paid for the task of assassinating us. A whelp named Senashira. And he actually has the Find Familiar scroll, but it's useless to us. Here are the boots. Maybe Imoen can... and a ring of infravision, which is completely useless. We can't identify that, I guess. Can't identify that either. And these boots give you a +5 armor class bonus against ranged or missile attacks. So this is really good on Senashira, because we're going to be facing off soon against some really nasty archers. And these throwing axes weigh a lot, huh? Let's just leave them on the ground.
Yes?
It's not like we would be able to sell them for much. Anyway, let's raise Zan. I wanted to accomplish much more in this episode, and we're already like 25 minutes in.
Helm watch over thee upon thy quest.
Upon thy quest. 600 gold, man.
I am here.
Whatever. I guess. Alright, so
It is done.
I'm going to allow Zan to pick up his stuff and like re-equip himself. And actually now we can give this ring to Imoen.
It is
We're
done.
not going to keep Zan for much longer, as I said. Should I rest and like heal him? Because we now have to keep in mind that we might get ambushed between areas by these pretty dangerous groups of bounty hunters.
Certainly.
Back home, Puffguts would always tell me
Well,
a
you're
story.
kind of useless anyway. Let's just have some identifies.
Yes, it is done.
Never had rats. No, sorry.
Let's rest once. Let's identify what is important to identify. This wand, for sure. And this book, because those are usable items. So this is a magical tome of leadership and influence, and this is going to raise our charisma by 1 permanently. And this is a wand of monster summoning, which can summon some pretty good allies. That's generally when it comes to summons. Summons can be really, really powerful. Not really for their combat skills, but just as a distraction, just to take the attention off of our party. Summons are just really, really good. And then in Baldur's Gate 2, actually there are some summonable creatures that are actually pretty deadly, or have some cool resistances or immunities, and are very useful in many situations. So I meant this area, the one where we met Lord Foreshadow and Portal Bendar Winden. There's an NPC project little quest here.
I am indeed.
Who you are? No, not I.
So here's David Jansen. If you know Jan Jansen from Baldur's Gate 2, this is a clear reference. This is a member of the Jansen clan, or family, I guess. And you know, this is a tiny bit, like, slightly annoying. There are 2 lady ogres, by the way, and I'm going to slowly click through this conversation while I'll talk about my pet peeve, I guess. A little bit of slight pet peeve, I guess. Something that's slightly annoying to me is that so many games and mods wish to kind of reference Jan Jansen, or like make a character just like him. Yeah, it's both amusing and pathetic that our doom should be averted by an ogre's consideration for her waistline. So he's going to recommend that those ladies eat some vegetables instead of that gnome. Anyway, it's like, you know, in Icewind Dale 2, for example, they pretty much make Oswald like Jan Jansen #2, just because he's a gnome, you know, eccentric gnome, so of course he has to be like that, and the fact that he's voiced by the same voice actor doesn't help. Or like in Neverwinter Nights, there's also someone, and it seems like every RPG and every mod wants to reference Jan Jansen. I mean, I like Jan Jansen as much as the next guy, but just, you know, enough is enough. Well, yeah, so he tells us...
Who you are? No, not I.
Alright, so I guess he senses the turnips already. Alright, so he gets, I guess, a +1 reputation and some measly experience for that.
I am happy not. No, I'm not.
No, I'm not. That's, well, a voice line that we're going to hear in the future. I think if you have Quail in your party, that you might get a bit of an additional dialogue there. The power of turnips. at work here, ladies and gentlemen. Sick tricks, man. Yeah, we're completely mystified
Your concern.
by your amazing abilities. So that's the thing I wanted to showcase here. And before we progress, because I want to finish up this area before we go further north, because this is kind of like an easy, inconsequential area that I want to be done with. I think I'm going to talk more about it in the next episode, though, because we're going to have to end already. Man, like, Baldur's Gate and the passage of time is a phenomenon. But I think I'm going to go back to the carnival for just a second, and I'm going to leave Zan here
It is done.
and recruit Branwen, but I guess we're going to do some party management in the next episode. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you then.